When we think about AI, we usually picture something instant, right? Like a chatbot giving you an answer in a split second. But what if I told you that some of AI's biggest, most important jobs happen completely behind the scenes, quietly, when no one's even watching? Today, we're pulling back the curtain on this silent workhorse of the digital world.
Have you ever really stopped to wonder how your favorite online store manages to cook up millions of personalized recommendations just for you? Or how a giant bank calculates super complex financial risk scores for every single customer, every single day? The scale is just mind-boggling.
Well, the answer is actually surprisingly simple, but it is incredibly powerful. They don't try to do all of that work instantly, in the moment. Nope, they gather it all up and they process it all at once. They do it in batches.
And yeah, this method has a name: batch inference. It's the super efficient, cost-effective engine that's driving countless decisions in business and tech. It's all about making smart predictions, but on a schedule.
So when you look at the formal definition, there are really two key ingredients that you gotta get. First, we are not talking about processing one little piece of information at a time. We're talking about huge volumes. We're talking thousands or even millions of records at once. And second, it all happens on a predefined schedule. It's not on demand. It runs at a set time, whether that's every hour, once a day, or maybe once a week.
Okay, to make this crystal clear, let's use an analogy that just nails the difference. I want you to think of batch inference like your traditional postal service, scheduled mail delivery. And its counterpart, real-time inference, that's like firing off an instant message. Both get a message from A to B, but they do it in fundamentally different ways.
And this slide really lays out the trade-off perfectly. Over on the left with batch, our mail delivery, you can see it is built for massive scale at a super low cost. Yeah, it might take a bit longer, but it's incredibly efficient, perfect for things like sales forecasting. Now on the right, real-time, our instant message, is lightning fast, but man, that speed costs you. It's expensive and it's way harder to scale. You only use that for things that absolutely have to be instant, like stopping fraud the second it happens.
So, what does this whole process actually look like from the inside? Let's follow a single prediction on its journey. We're going to see what happens when an AI model wakes up to do its scheduled job.
It all kicks off with collecting all the raw data into one place. From there, the trained AI model gets loaded up and activated for the job. Now, this is where the magic happens. The model churns through that huge batch of records all at once. The results, all the predictions, are then neatly stored away in a database, ready to be used. And the best part? The whole thing is automated to run again on its schedule, just like clockwork.
Now, you can probably guess that making all this happen at an industrial scale isn't something you do with a simple script. It requires a real professional's toolkit. And that brings us to the world of MLOps, or machine learning operations. You can just think of it as the heavy-duty engineering that powers AI, with all these specialized tools for processing massive data and managing these complex schedules.
You can kind of split these tools into two main camps. On one side, you've got these powerhouse engines designed for the heavy lifting, for processing just enormous amounts of data. And on the other side, you've got the schedulers. These are the timekeepers that make sure these big jobs run perfectly on schedule every single time without fail.
Okay, so why does any of this really matter for a business? Well, because choosing between batch and real-time, it isn't just a techie decision, it's a strategic one. It's all about maximizing efficiency and crushing costs by using the right tool at exactly the right time.
And this chart just says it all, doesn't it? Batch inference absolutely shines when it comes to scalability and cost effectiveness. Look at those bars. It's built from the ground up to handle massive datasets without breaking the bank. The thing it trades away? The need for instant, right-this-second speed. And that's a conscious choice. It's a strategy to prioritize scale and cost over latency.
And this is where it all gets real. You know that email you get every morning with product recommendations? Yep, that's batch inference. A bank running thousands of credit scores overnight. That's batch 2. Predicting which customers might leave next month, or forecasting demand for the week ahead. All of that stuff is powered by this quiet, incredibly efficient workhorse. There is a quote that just perfectly sums up the whole idea. Real-time ML answers now, batch ML answers at the right time. See, it's not about being slow. It's about being smart. It's about delivering the answers exactly when they're needed for the next business decision.
So the next time your phone buzzes or you open your inbox and see a personalized insight, just stop for a second and ask yourself, was this a high-cost, urgent instant message? Or was it the smart, efficient, powerful result of scheduled mail, delivered right on time?
Now you know exactly how to spot the difference.